Stan Gibilisco here. I have a question to ask all of you viewers, so I'm going to try to remember to leave comments open. I have decided to keep all of my personal information, sensitive information, financial information on a computer that is severed from the internet, or at least I think it is. Here's what I did. It's my most powerful computer in the Nerd Castle, and it's also capable of doing screen capture graphics and running several programs at a time, and it has the largest hard drive capacity. It runs Windows 8.1, and I have no intention of upgrading that one to Windows 10. If it's working, why fix it, right? So what I did to sever that computer from the internet is to go to the wireless network connection that appears in the roster of wireless network connections that I see. Several others are neighbors. They're all secured, so I presume all their wireless routers require a password, as does mine. And there was an option on there to forget the password for my own router, so that my own router would in effect just become like the neighbor's routers. If I remember the password, I can type it in and get into my network, as I imagine I could with any of my neighbors as well if I knew their passwords. But the point is this: my computer no longer knows that password because I made it forget. I also, that's mainly the precaution that I took. I also keep the wireless disconnected. You can connect or disconnect, but that's a very simple software operation. So my computer, as far as I know, is severed from the internet by a fairly sophisticated set of software precautions. But it isn't separated physically, in the sense that I haven't literally destroyed or disconnected the wireless modem inside the computer. It still exists. So I was talking to my nephew the other day, and he's a little smarter than the average kid. He's just in college now, and I told him about this. I said, I've got all my personal data on a computer that's severed from the internet because I did this and blah, blah, blah. And he came up with two very, very significant words. He said, "You hope." So my question for you is this: can a determined hacker get across the void that I've just described to you? Could he somehow hack in there, and whether I have a password or not, and get into my computer through my wireless router or even one of the neighbors' wireless routers, and then switch on the connection and get in there and start stealing personal information off of my hard drive? Can that actually be done with any reasonable? Can any person equipped with reasonable amount of resources do that? That's my question. What's your answer? Stan Gibilisco signing off with bated breath. So long.